Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone watching, thank you for joining me today. We'll briefly look at some of these crystal artifacts that are painted. They have this red and sometimes yellow and orange paint on them, and you can see how a lot of the spots were left open for eyes. This is a big duck head. This is really old style of art. Not sure how old the artifacts are themselves. You can see how that section for the eye there was left without paint, and when we tilt it, you can see how there's a portrait on there. You can see the other sections that were left white right above it for other eyes. So you see one eye here, and then you can see another eye, an additional eye right there, painted in, so to speak. And when we tilt it, you can see how the details for the nose and the lips come out, and there may be some more little petroglyphs and lines and things up here at the top if you take a close look. And the rest of this white would represent hair on this painted piece. And let me move my thumb there so maybe we can see some of the neck, perhaps the chin. It's really amazing. Let me go ahead and zoom in on that painted in section there for the two eyes that I hope that you can see right on top of each other, one here and then one here. So of course the top of it, bottom of it, for the top eye, center of it, it comes all the way back to here, so it's the white line. I guess if I told you it was white paint, you wouldn't know the difference, but it's actually just left open on the crystal. And then you can see how when we tilt it, the cheekbones and things come out, and how the top of the white section there is hair. These artifacts have a little bit of a different style to them, and since I've learned the style of art, I've gotten like snow blindness. I don't know what exactly you guys can see, because I can see a lot of things because I've learned the style of art, right? Plus I have them all in my hand here at my house, so if you guys can see that relatively easily, please let me know, because I've got more things that have that type of paint on them. So again, the same theme with a lot of these birds, but many of these, of course, have this giant bird head for the outside. So these are all found in one section together, packed together and really closely in clay packs. This one, I'm gonna have to move our camera just a hair, but you can see how the shadows there pop out the beak for us. And if you look, you know, let's try to kind of put together, if you look at the paint where the eye would be, I see like a dark section for it. There's also other little birds printed on here too. It's actually extremely detailed. This one's a nice one, has lots of crystals and things coming out of it, and then you can see on the other side here it has that same color paint. Let's go ahead and try to see where the portrait is. There's a portrait on every edge of these, and if you look closely, there are little painted in eyes and things on here as well. Let's go ahead and kind of take a look at this one a little bit together. Oh my goodness, I almost dropped it. It's a little tough to see in the camera the way I have it angled right now, unfortunately. But let's go ahead and just kind of focus in on the bird heads then. So here's another one, the whole outside image again, with a lot of this pack on here, this clay pack. It's like a fired clay on here, and you can see if you look in to where the eyes are going to be, you see the circles. This one gets pretty neat. You can see, let me pick your eye, there's two of them that I can see through the glare here, but maybe a little bear character perhaps. And so there's still lots of little clay packs and things on here. I take really good care. Oh, see, they're falling apart already. They're very fragile, but I do my best to take very good care of them. We can try to tilt this one to a pretty extreme edge. It looks like there's more than likely going to be portraits and things when we tilt it. You can kind of start to see how the layers are going to come out, like the cheekbone, how the face is going to be recessed. This will probably be the nose. You can see a couple ripples for lips. So whenever you see all these small little ripples, these little micro ripples, that's usually a row of mouths. So you're going to be looking at tons of little portraits here. That's why they don't look like anything, is because there's so many of them in there. So you just tilt it and twist it until you get the right portraits out and the right mouths out for the right people. We've gone deep doing that together before. It takes a little while to do it. It's not super easy to do. Not yet, anyway. So take a look for petroglyphs and little spirals. Things on this stone here. Let's go ahead and move this just a little bit to the sun so we can tilt it just a little more. I feel like there's a portrait facing to the right, and you can see this paint. See these white spots here. There we go. I can't really get it in the light, can I? Definitely something big there. We'll have to take a look at that later on. And then finally we have this one here. This is probably not part of the same collection in the same era. This wasn't found with this collection here, the ones that we were looking at. We have about 5 pieces here in total from this one collection that was all buried in the same cache. So the way that they're kind of situated is the big piece would be in the middle, and then these other pieces would just surround this piece. And there'd be other smaller there's lots of little smaller ones too with the same exact paint. And you can tell the difference between the types of paint. Some of them are dark red, like this dark red, and then there's different colors of it as well. So plus, of course, these were all found in the same spot. But so you can see how the very bright color on here, and this actually is depicting a bird. There's a couple birds just in the red there, believe it or not. And maybe it's a buffalo as well. Some type of character. Look how thick that paint is. It's really interesting. And then of course we have this painted in face over here. And if we take a look at him like this, the little character does come out. So we see the eye there. So you have the paint on the eye, and if you see that same yellow paint right at the corner right here, what we do is we line that up to try to kind of get it together. So whenever you see that, where you see this color paint per se, and that, or for instance, and then the same color paint over here, or these lines and these creases, I mean, the art teaches you how to look down it, and so you line up those colors so that those colors match up, and then you create your little character there. So there's a couple different characters, but I mean, it looks like a little cartoon character. That's what it is. This is old Paleolithic art, they say. I know better than to write a narrative about it and try to say where it is, and I want to get a consensus. I'm a scientific kind of person. I'm not going to be the one to tell you exactly where this is from, what time period, and who made it and stuff like that. That's for a larger group of people to do. I'm just here showing you the art, showing you the evidence so that you guys know it's out here. We'll go ahead and take a look at more of these in greater detail when the light gets a little better, and whenever I have a little bit more of a chance to research it a little better. So I hope you guys got a kick out of this piece anyway. It's a really neat one, and the collection in general. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.